My name's Dr. Danielle Farrel and I'm the Managing Director of Your Options Understood, a community interest company that provide a range of services including advocacy and education and training for people with disabilities and their families and those that work with them. I have been asked quite recently by active fans to review some of the products. So this is the first of these reviews, and the first item I've got here is the EasyGrip. I have been using this for about 2.5 weeks now, on various things that I use as part of my daily life. So before I showed you it in use, I just wanted to have a quick chat about what it actually looks and feels like. So you'll see here, it's kind of like silicone material, and it's quite stretchy, well it seems to be, but it's also obviously got to stay quite firm when it's stretched, because otherwise it would be out of shape and wouldn't aid anybody with a disability to use it how it's supposed to be used. So I tend to use my left hand as a result of my cerebral palsy. So this was quite difficult for me personally to get on, like what I wanted to grip without asking for some support to do this, because as I said, it can be quite rigid to get on, because obviously it's still got to keep its shape. But after I got some support to get it on, whatever I wanted to grip, it was quite easy to use after that. So let me show you a couple of the things that I've used the EasyGrip for in the last couple of weeks. So as you can see, I've now had some assistance to stretch the EasyGrip over a can of juice, and it now looks a bit like a cup. So as I mentioned previously, I'm left-handed, so my advice would be make sure it's on so that the part that resembles the handle of the cup is at the right side that you would use. So for me this is, because I discovered that the first time I put it on a can, that I had to actually be at the right side that I was going to use. I hadn't actually thought of that the first time. And then you put like 4 fingers, well I tend to put 4 fingers through the gap so that you're like holding it. So as you can see, that isn't going anywhere, and I've got full grip of that. So unless something was to happen, like I lost, like I got a fright or somebody actually deliberately knocked it out of my hand, that is not going anywhere unless I choose to take my hand out of the grip. So for me that's quite a good feature to use it for. So let's look at another way that I've been using the EasyGrip to give you an idea of the range of ways it can be used as an aid. So now I'm using it in another way. So it's now the EasyGrip is attached to a spoon, And again, because I only really have full use of my left hand, I've had to ask a support worker for some assistance, but depending on your level of dexterity, you might be able to put these easy grips on and off yourself. It would just depend on your disability and your own sort of preferences and what you're able to do. But now I have the easy grip on a spoon. I tend to use a spoon for eating loads of different meals, so cereal, everybody uses a spoon of course, but I use a spoon for other things such as spaghetti bolognese, even eating things like beans or sweet corn or anything like that, because it's easier to get on a spoon as opposed to a fork. But for this review, I'm just eating a Weetabix. So I have tried over the years various adapted cutlery, and I actually don't like it very much. I can't even really tell you why. I struggle with the shape of it. And actually the best angle to use it at, but these EasyGrips make it straightforward. So similarly to the one on the can just earlier, you put your hand through it. So in doing that, you'll see that the grip goes across the top of my hand. So I am not losing grip of this spoon, unless I take my hand out of it, or unless somebody was to come up and take it off my hand, which you would hope wouldn't happen, and then you just use it normally, use the spoon normally as you would to eat. So I've managed to take a bit of my Weetabix and now it's on the spoon. And I've managed to do that without spilling the actual Weetabix. Which I can't speak for other people, but the potential of spillages kind of puts me off eating certain things, especially in public or when I don't really know people who are around me, because I would just feel embarrassed. So I tend not to eat things like soup or spaghetti bolognese and things in public or when people are around who I don't know. And as lazy as it might sound, I don't tend to eat cereal a lot in the mornings because it does take longer to eat because of my dexterity and the difficulty with holding a spoon. So this really has made a difference, and I have only shown you 2 ways in which you can use it, but you could potentially put it onto things like toothbrushes, cups, like pencils, pens, or anything that you need to get up easier. So it's very flexible and it very much will fit with the needs of any individual person with a disability.